The delicious sound of McDonald's breakfast sausage hitting the grill. Hot and savory sausage that makes any breakfast a great one. And if sausage is the taste you love, you're gonna love this savory deal. Because now you can get 3 tasty breakfast sandwiches for just $1. A sausage McGriddles, sausage McMuffin, or sausage biscuit, now each for just $1. Hot and tasty, fast and easy. That's breakfast at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Go Tigers, 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 go
Tigers. You're now listening to TUFF Tiger Talk with Big Q and the guys on the Pro Media Network.
What's going on, family? You're now rocking with the TUFF Tiger Talk podcast on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q coming at you. Season 2 of TUFF Tiger Talk. Letting it go, man, as the Tigers start the season in a major capacity. Basically a preseason game for the Tigers as they kind of mopped up, destroyed, took apart, whatever you want to use, Georgia Southern. They ain't have a chance, man. Just blew them out of the dome, man. Big ups to the Tigers, man, as Coach O brings us in. And in this podcast, today we'll recap that 55-3 victory over Georgia Southern. Got Coach O that'll chime in momentarily. Give his thoughts on the game. We'll give you the stats, statistics, and everything dealing with the game. Plus, we'll hit you with a preview of the number 6 LSU Tigers taking on the number 9th ranked Texas Longhorns coming up in a big game. Week 2. Basically, man, an early test for the Tigers. What I would say is a pretty soft schedule, comparing based off what they did last year. And if any indications are correct and how stacked this team is, man, I'm looking forward to big things going on with the Tigers this year. So Coach O really doing a great job. Before we get into statistics, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here on TUFF Tiger Talk. One of my favorite podcasts is Sports Coma, but before we decided to split, we used to talk about the Tigers on the Sports Coma, and then ultimately these shows took their own kind of life. TUFF Tiger Talk has became really popular. And it's one of my favorite podcasts to do. Now, getting into some of the statistics from this past game, man, it's just a shellacking. 55-3, Tigers took them apart, baby. Took them apart. Yeah, look at some of the statistics in the game. First downs, 22-8 for LSU. Total yards, 472 to a laughable 98 yards. You look at the passing attack, LSU had 350 total passing yards versus 24 stinking passing yards by Georgia Southern. And you look at the rushers, Georgia Southern had 74 yards on the ground, 122 by LSU on 33 attempts, averaged just under 4 yards an attempt. They had 7 penalties for 70 yards, LSU. But all that being said, 38-28 on time possession, took this team apart. Total yards, 472 to 98. What can I tell you, man? The Tigers showed up like they were supposed to do. They were supposed to destroy this team, knock them off, unlike Ole Miss losing to Memphis, unlike Missouri losing to Wyoming. Good grief. Come on now, man. Come on, get y'all stuff together. But anyway, before I finish breaking down the individual statistics, here's Coach O to chime in with his thoughts on the big win over Georgia Southern.
A great job, football team in preparation. What we saw tonight is what we've been looking at practice for the last so many days. The guys have worked very hard. Very pleased with our offense. 72 plays, 39 passes, 33 rushes, 472 total yards. How about this? 7 of 7 in the red zone. One of the goals we wanted to have this week, we wanted to beat them in the turnover ratio, wheel +2. Our defense held them to 98 yards. This is a good offense, and this is a well-coached football team. Cade York had 2 good field goals and a good punt return by Derek Stingers. So overall, a good team win. I'm proud of the way our team prepared. We're going to protect the team tonight. Tomorrow's the day off. We'll tell the truth Monday, and on to the next opponent. Any questions?
Coach, Joe Burrow told us this summer that you expect 40, 50, 60 points a game. Y'all hit that number in the first half. Just talk about his defense, and,
Yeah.
and the offense was just cooking. In the
Yeah.
first half.
We have a great scheme, and Steve and Joe did a tremendous job of check with me's and stuff like that, put them in the right place. But I thought Joe was on fire. He threw some great balls. Our receivers caught the ball. There were those receivers that were open. There were great concepts going on out there. We had no sacks tonight, which I'm very pleased with.
The saying was everyone eats. I think you had 9 different people catch the ball in the first
Yeah.
half. I mean, just the spreading it all over.
Want to spread the ball around the athletes, give them the ball in space, and let them make plays. And that's what they did. Again, Joe can see the field. Joe can go through his route progression. Now, opponents are going to be a little bit tougher coming up, and the pass rushers are going to be, the ball's going to have to come out quicker, and I know that.
Ed, how'd you feel about the pace of the offense?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. We could have done whatever we wanted to tonight. I thought those guys were phenomenal.
You said you guys were only really going to operate at 11 personnel. Didn't look like you varied much from that.
No.
Didn't need to, really?
Didn't need to.
And is there any doubt that you guys can take this from the practice field and put it in the game?
I felt good. I felt good the whole day. I told the team, I know you're going to play great. I told the coach staff, I feel like we're going to play great, and they did. There was no signs of a let-up. There was no signs of not being focused. We had a walkthrough today. I can look in those guys' eyes. Devin White talked to us today. It was phenomenal. I just see the look of our players. They're ready to go.
Coach O, man, he looked in the eyes of his players. He said they was good to go. Let's go. Let's play. Coach O got it together, man. Major capacity. Congratulations to the Tigers doing what they're supposed to do, destroying this team. I know Coach O is giving out compliments to Georgia Southern, but they stunk. The LSU Tigers supposed to destroy this team like this. Different levels to this whole thing. Looking at some of the passing stats, and it was just excellent, man. Joe Burrow put on a show against this team. 23 of 27, 278 yards. Averaged 10.3 yards every time he threw the ball. Finished with 5 touchdowns and a 97.2 QBR. Pretty good for Joe Burrow. Top rushers is Clyde Hilaire, the Fresh Prince of Hilaire, 9 carries and 45 yards. He had a touchdown behind him. Was Chris Curry. Really interested to see what him and John Emery Jr. doing as the season progresses. 6 carries for 20 yards for him, 2 carries for 23 yards for Curry. Leonard Fournette had 6 carries for 19 yards and a score. The top receiving threat was Justin Jefferson, man. Justin put on a great game, 5 catches for 87 yards, 1 touchdown, averaging about 17 yards every time he caught the ball. Thaddeus Moss, 2 catches for 61 yards, had a 30.5 average on the catch. And other guys like Terrence Marshall Jr. had 4 catches for 31 yards and 3 touchdowns. Big game for Terrace in this matchup. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire had 4 catches for 31 yards as well. 2 catches for 21 yards for Jamar Chase. He had a score. And, LSU, 5 touchdowns passing-wise. Excellent, man. He did a phenomenal job. Big ups to Jacob Phillips. He had 10 tackles in this game. Damone Clark followed it up with 9 tackles in the game as well. Neil Farrell Jr. had 8 tackles and a sack and a tackle for a loss. 1 pass defense they played with. Tyler Shelvin, 6 tackles. Clavion Chason, he had 5 tackles on the night. So they did a fantastic job, to be honest with you. Even Rashard Lawrence had a sack in this game as well. The sack strip, basically. This, like the coach said, they basically did whatever they wanted to do to this team tonight. Even had a good, decent punt return as well as Derek Singley Jr. finished the game. 4 times he returned for 52 yards, 13 yards every time he returned. So that was a really nice and inspiring win over a very, come on now. Let's be real. It's Georgia Southern, for God's sake. Don't even have a real mascot. But anyway, I'm trashing this team. But moving forward, looking at a really big matchup in week 2, the LSU Tigers, 6th-ranked Tigers, take on the 9th-ranked Texas Longhorns, taking on the Longhorns. And this is going to be a big matchup for LSU, man. This is going to test them early, and we'll see how the team responds to it now. It's a matchup that we're going to Texas for this one. It'll be an afternoon matchup next Saturday, 6:30 on ABC, so everybody's going to be watching early to see what the Tigers do. The Texas Longhorns, they kind of took on Louisiana Tech. They dispatched them pretty easily for their first win. And I think Coach O was talking about Sam Etlinger, who was the quarterback of the Longhorns, who had a pretty decent game against the Louisiana Tech team. He finished with 28 of 38 for 276 yards, had a full touchdown outing as well with a 169.4 rating. Did a pretty damn good job. And Keontae Ingram, 11 carries for 78 yards. This is a very, very good team, Texas team. A lot of people expected big things from this Texas club. LSU do have their hands full, but I know the Tigers can step up and take care of business against this team. And you look at everything else that's going on as far as what the Texas Longhorns got going on. Top receivers, Jake Smith had 4 catches for 31 yards against that team. 4 catches for Colin Johnson for 59 yards and a touchdown for him. And Brennan Eagles had 2 touchdowns in that game, 3 catches for 59 yards. The defense is pretty good for this Longhorn team. So, I mean, what goes on here? You guys think that this will be a early season matchup? Of course, we know LSU can. I think they could take care of business. I know they could take care of business against the Longhorns. Please don't turn the ball over. Go into a more balanced run-based attack. I know Coach O wants to open up the playbook and throw down the field, but they're gonna have more of a balanced approach in this game. And like the coach said, against the previous team from week 1, which is basically a preseason game, getting ready for week 2, they did pretty much whatever they wanted to do, but they didn't show the entire offense in it. So hopefully we could see some more really exciting things going up against the Texas Longhorn team. So it's going to be exciting, man. Very exciting to see exactly how this would transpire. Now you're looking at what the LSU Tigers do in terms of just looking at some of the other things that they're doing in terms of running the ball, passing the ball. I love what they did in this game. Like I said, it was still kind of lackluster opponents that they played, but I still like what this team did. Joe Burrow, 5 touchdowns in the matchup. We're looking for that. I don't know if he'll be able to do that against Texas defense. It's a big, really different defense. These are 2 top 10 teams going to battle. But the matchup indicators and predictors online, everybody's picking LSU to beat the Texas Longhorns 80% to 20%. So a lot of people been polled. So a lot of LSU Tiger people looking for it. Now, they be playing in Royal Texas Memorial Stadium in Austin. So they're expecting to have a standing crowd of 78,000 people in the building, man. Like I said, they stumped this team coming off a 45-14 win over Louisiana Texas, and they're looking to kind of carry on. LSU put up 55 in the first, 45 for Texas Longhorns, and the Tigers only allowed 3 points in that game. Texas only 14 points. LSU put up 472 yards. The Longhorns did 45.4. And if you look at the passing yards, 350 for LSU, 300 for Texas. In the previous matchups, LSU only allowed a total of 98 yards against that subpar competition, 24 yards allowed through the air, 74 on the ground. The Longhorns allowed 340 yards against them by Louisiana Tech's offense, and only allowed them to rush for 73 yards. Now, Tech's a lot more of an opponent, more competition than what you could look at Georgia State as possibly being. But this sets LSU up, man, for a big game early, a top 10 matchup against this team. Really interested to see what the Tigers can do moving forward, taking at that next step. Now, looking at the Tigers' schedule, man, just going over some of the schedule for those. We didn't get a chance to do our schedule show, so on the back end of our podcast, we'll do it now. Now, they opened up the season with a 55-3, was lacking of Georgia Southern. They moved past that. Next week, they have Texas, like I said, number 9th ranked on ABC. Then followed by that, a cupcake game against Northwestern State. And then the September 21st, Vanderbilt should be an easy win there. Then they take on Utah State at home. Then the SEC schedule kicks in on October the 12th, where they face off against the currently number 11 ranked Florida. Get some payback for what the Florida Gators did to us last year when they beat us in the swamp. We got them down here in Death Valley. Let's take care of business, get a little vengeance. Then in October the 19th, they travel to take on Mississippi State. October the 26th, they're home against the number 10th ranked Auburn team. And then they get a week off, and then they come back November the 9th for that big battle against Alabama. And you know that's always a major affair. LSU stacked this year. Let's see how they take care of Alabama and Tua and the rest of those guys out there. To be in Tuscaloosa, it's always difficult to play those guys out there. November the 16th, Ole Miss. We go to Ole Miss to beat them, and Ole Miss looking kind of stink, man. They lost to Memphis over the weekend. I don't know what to say about that one. It's pretty terrible. And then, of course, November the 23rd, they take on Arkansas. We have Arkansas always plays LSU TUFF later in the year, and then we have that revenge game against that stinking, dirty Texas A&M Aggie team that we went into multiple overtime periods, and it was just ridiculous. It was cheating going on, all kind of stuff. I just want to beat the hell out that team in the final week, and so that we won't slip this time on that Texas club. I'm just going to be honest with your family. We're going to take care of business against this stinking Texas club, and we're going to handle business. That's bottom line. Coach O, you know how Coach O do. We're going to get them fired up, and we're going to get ready to play some ball, man. That's what it all comes down to. But that's the show. Thank you for listening to Tough Tiger Talk, first episode of season 2. If you like the show, man, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button to attract more fantastic Tiger family like yourself, man. Join Tough Tiger Talk weekly podcast as we cover everything purple and gold, man. You heard the coach. Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. From me, I'm Big Q. Thank you for tuning into the show tonight, y'all. Peace. Catch us later. Hit the subscribe button. We'll be back. Peace.
HomeBistro.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the one-shop gourmet food delivery, specializing affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from HomeBistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with HomeBistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with HomeBistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information.
I'm a Saints and Pelicans fan, so the only podcast I can get my fix is The Sports Coma with Big Q. The guy's intense, funny, and they always keep it real.
Check out The Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet needs it the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to EmbracePetInsurance.com. That's EmbracePetInsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
The delicious sound of McDonald's breakfast sausage hitting the grill. Hot and savory sausage that makes any breakfast a great one. And if sausage is the taste you love, you're gonna love this savory deal. Because now you can get 3 tasty breakfast sandwiches for just $1. A sausage McGriddles, sausage McMuffin, or sausage biscuit, now each for just $1. Hot and tasty, fast and easy. That's breakfast at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. The delicious sound of McDonald's breakfast sausage hitting the grill. Hot and savory sausage that makes any breakfast a great one. And if sausage is the taste you love, you're gonna love this savory deal. Because now you can get 3 tasty breakfast sandwiches for just $1. A sausage McGriddles, sausage McMuffin, or sausage biscuit, now each for just $1. Hot and tasty, fast and easy. That's breakfast at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.